Okay, guys, if we get a bunch of members, if we make more money than Nuts has made, then we'll get prime time back. Fuck Nuts.
Crazy.
You would have to have at least a normal IQ to not be manipulated by Rostov. I just want to say that. I just want to put that out there just so it's clear. You would have to have an average IQ to not be manipulated by Rostov. I would just.
I didn't know, Scooter, because when we plan anything, I always make sure you're okay.
Okay, so here's how it would usually happen. We'd have a general, okay, here's what the show's going to be about. Like, we'd have a 5-10 minute meeting before. Then we'd get into the show, and he'd start springing these things on me live on air. And I'm not trying to be a bitch, so if you're like, okay, well, here's the goal, let's do the goal, I'm not going to be like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to be like, well, okay, I'll swallow my pride and do it for the show. And that's how it would usually go down.
I hate Scooter. He's so stupid. Scooter's a dumbass. I hate Scooter. Why is he complaining about it now? Why? Like, he just admitted. Like, okay, so maybe you should say, no, I don't want to do that. That's what Rastov does. And I hate Rastov. I hate Scooter, too. They're fucking idiots. I love Keystar. Keystar's hilarious. You have to have at least a normal IQ. Just admitting that all of his fans are dense, which is true, including Scooter, especially Scooter. I got a clip.
I've been telling Scooter for how long?
Literally since day one.
Not your friend. Rastov is out to get you. The fact that I made you community manager, Rastov is there to fucking rip you apart. And what has Rastov done since you've been working with him?
Exactly what you said would happen. That's why this has been so hard for me, because I legitimately got fucking manipulated by this guy. I thought he was my friend. I thought I should trust him, and I see that it's the complete fucking opposite now.
And you know, it's so confusing.
And I know why Scooter quit. I already knew this was coming. Let me tell y'all what happened. So, Local Pit got fucked out of prime time. When Keemstar found out that our money was low because Glammy Lammy's mods fucked everybody over, he wanted to put Pit back in prime time. Okay? You got to understand something real quick in this network. It doesn't matter how much money you bring in. It doesn't matter if there's a bunch of people, 5-6 people that just ride hard or die hard for you, and they go in the chat and they want your show to be somewhere. It doesn't matter. It's all about the entertainment value. If your entertainment value is really high, then you're going to get a prime time spot, even if the money's a little bit lower than the other people. So when he had to reluctantly put Local Bus in primetime, he didn't want to do that. But then when he found out that we got cheated out of primetime, he wanted to put us back. And Scooter knew this. That's why if you go back and watch, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if you go back and watch when Local Bus originally first got into primetime, the first day Bus got into primetime, what happened? Live did what? What did Live do? They extended. Rastov didn't want to extend. Nobody on that fucking panel wanted to extend over Bus, except who? Keemstar. Because this is not what he wanted to see at prime time. And I knew that. He did not want to see Scooter hop up on there, dress, glitter, and do all this stuff like that. He wanted the actual real show. Now, I'm not a knocker of Bus. I like Bus. I like Sweet Tea. I always said it. I said Sweet Tea should be primetime, but I'm not the manager here. So when he found out that Pit was being scammed out of fans and money and da-da-da, and Glammy did all of this, he wanted Pit to go back. Scooter knew that. Scooter tried his hardest to please Keemstar. After this whole glittery thing he did, he wanted to dive into the drama because he felt like that's what Keemstar wanted. So he dove into the Local Cast drama. Still wasn't enough. And so Scooter, with his mom being gone and feeling like Keem is pushing Pit back into primetime, last night he quit.
Hey, we're gonna do what we're gonna do, you know. Sometimes you wake up and things are just different, right? So sometimes, you just get a fucking message that just kind of changes things. Sometimes it's just a piling on of thing after thing after thing after thing, and it just kind of gets to a point of how far are you gonna fucking push it? How far are you gonna take it? Well, where to even begin? Sweet Tea's not here yet, so I'm just gonna... You guys are gonna talk to me, your favorite person, all right? Let's talk.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah,
been
thank you,
fucking
Alex.
mass.
On my fucking show where you're way more important than you are. Don't do it on my fucking show when I cannot be there. Y'all knew I was traveling. You all plotted this shit. You all planned this shit when I
It's
couldn't be
always a
there,
plot.
right?
Do you want me to end
Because
the stream, Team?
you know, if you pulled this shit when I was actually watching and pay attention, I wouldn't fucking let you.
God damn it. Kevin with the 5 goddamn gifted. I appreciate you, Kevin. Whew. Let me tell y'all something real quick that you're going to learn real quick because, you watch your mama talk a lot of shit. But what you got to know is there's a lot of fake friends around here. There's a lot of people that'll act like they're your friends and they're cool with you, but they won't back you up. Because Rastov supposedly was a friend of Scooter. He was Scooter's homeboy. But then when Keemstar got up there, shitted on Scooter, quit the show, hopped on Rewind, shitted on Scooter some more.
Destruction.
Fuse.
I'm fucking
Again, dude.
Again! Your co-host, Rastov manipulated you. Not your buddy. You guys offered the pay pigs. They said you both offered pay pigs.
I could believe that I would offer a pay pig because I'm a fucking pussy and I keep getting fucking manipulated.
Big Dan ain't a pussy.
Horrible. No, not that day you didn't though. Not that day. You did later. Oh, dude,
Okay.
We're terrible negotiators. We lost.
I think.
Oh, well, why are you guys talking about Rastov whenever you guys all use Rastov, which is literally the most fucking unhinged statement? I guess she's retarded too. She's in the average IQ club. And then she started going on about Albert.
Like just destroyed. Imagine giving up Sweet Tea as a co-host. Scooter, you're not that talented. You're not.
Let me get a close up of Rastov. He wants to speak.
Right. I love Wicked.
You're not, dude. You're not.
Scooter and Gidgey.
What happened, Rastov? What happened? Cat got your tongue? Keemstar pops up there and shits on your homeboy, and all you can do is sit there and speak under your breath. I think he's sort of talented. Huh? That's your homie. Speak up. Say it with your chest. I thought that was your homeboy. But as soon as Keemstar pops up there and starts shitting on him, you ain't got nothing to say. You didn't even stop and say, nah, fucking Keemstar. I ain't fucking with that. That's my homie. He is talented. He's great. He did a lot for me. None of that. He stayed quiet. You know why? Because Rastov's a bitch. All right? And I said this from the go, ladies and gentlemen. The chat, I was absolutely right. He's a hoe, okay? I said he's a bitch. I said it. I don't care what none of you guys say, but he is. He's a hoe that walks the goddamn street, and he does whatever Keemstar wants him to do, okay? He's fucking Keemstar's private dancer. He's Tina Turner. I'm your private dancer, your dancer for money. Do what you want me to. That's who he is. And I said this because there's a difference between me and this clown. When I got fired, I came back. Keemstar said, my bad, I apologize. You know, when he got fired, he had to come back and wear a goddamn cheerleading outfit with his gut out and work for free and do weird shit for Ozzy. There's a difference. He treats me like a man and he treats Rastov like a bitch. Take that belly out, Rastov. Do a dance. And then when he dog walks your homie in front of you, what does Rastov do? He speaks under his, I think he's a we can't hear you say it with your chest. That's why nobody respects you. Nobody respects you because you're a bitch. Let's call it what it is. Let's be real here. Rastoff, fuck Rastoff.
Like last night when you said, listen, bitch, last night when you lied about this fucking organization and said it was dying and fucking failing, and I had to hit you in the face.
I did not say that. I said the numbers have been down. You can try putting words into my mouth, but you are also lying, sir.
You've been here. Just like you're lying where Albert does nothing when Albert is 10 times more talented than you. When Albert is going live at fucking midnight and outperforming you. You are a liar. You spread propaganda just like your fucking mother. And if you don't want to be here, then shut the stream off and get the fuck out.
All right.
Now, am I mad? Am I mad that Gidgy had to go? Let me be honest with y'all for a second. Let's be honest for a second in the chat. This whole thing right here, it's Keemstar's fault. It really is. Let's be real. When Gidgy fucked up on Queens once with the whole racist shit, the second time got kicked off of Queens, and then he had to bring Savage on, I already knew this was going to be a disaster. Why was it going to be a disaster? Ladies and gentlemen, let's think for a second. Let's say you was a boss at the stock exchange. You had a top earner. He fucks up. You fire him and bring somebody else to take that spot. And they start making more money than what that person you fired did. Then you called that person you fired up and told them, come back. And that person comes back and thinking that they're going to get their job back. But instead, you hand them a broom and a mop and said, you'll be the janitor. You can work your way back up to this spot. That was what Gidgy, that's what Keemstar did to Gidgy. Basically told her, listen, you was making this kind of money, but you could come back and be a janitor. And she thought for a cool while that there's a possibility that I can get back up there. Then she realized she wasn't. And that's why she quit. Because she found out real fast that she would never get Queens back. And no matter what co-host she would get with, she would never reach the heights of Queens. When you make a certain amount of money, and then all of a sudden that ends, and you got to start from the ground and try to work your way up, that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Somebody got to be very creative to do that, and Gidgy's not that. That's why I wasn't even mad to see Gidgy go, because I said this when I was on test, when all the shit was breaking off with Gidgy, and Keemstar hired her back. And people came at me like, can you believe that Keemstar hired her back? How do you feel? You're a black guy and da-da-da-da. I said, no. I said, she's going to suffer more coming back and slowly burning out than her being fired immediately. Watching Gidgy slow burn brings me way more joy than her being fired immediately. I got joy in my heart watching her just die out every single day, doing lame ass streams every single day, trying to make it. It brought joy to me. I didn't express it. But I was watching. Because that's the best way for revenge on somebody. You know? Because I didn't like none of the shit that she did with the racist shit. But I didn't bring it up. I just let it go. I just let her coast. And look it, she's gone. She found out the hard way. And I don't give a shit. I'm glad she's gone. Scooter, I really don't have too much of a problem with him, except that he lies all the fucking time. He came into the LCU telling us that he left a $15,000 a month job to be in the LCU. That was a fucking lie. Then he also told us that he's not living with his mom. His mom is living with him. He bought his mom a house. She's living with him. Then we found out yesterday that was a lie. He admitted that he moved back in with his mom. That man he lies a lot. He thinks that we forget about his lies. But those are the things that he said when he initially came into the LCU. That he was making $15,000 a month. But he He left that all behind to join the LCU. Now, who the fuck in their right mind makes $15,000 a month at a job and leaves that to be in the LCU? First of all, Keemstar is very lenient. I still work a 9 to 5, and Keemstar is very like, oh, I'll work around your job schedule. So he could have still worked that job where he was making $15,000 a month and worked the LCU at the same time. He could have double dipped easy. I'd do all of that at the same time. Raise a family, got kids, go do a 9 to 5, come here, do a good show. Simple. I didn't have to leave a $15,000 job to be here. But that's what he said. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys. I left all of this behind to be here for you guys. And me living with my mom? No. I'm living with her. No. She's living with me. I bought this house for her. Remember that? Lies. Manipulation. That's all he did. He fooled a lot of people. And that's cool. I kept all those memories in my head. Everything that he said, I kept them in my head. So when he backtracked on all those things, I was like, yeah. One day I'm just gonna bring that shit out. He said he had money saved. He said he had a lot of things. But we saw this man wear the same shirts over and over again, same hats. That he don't look like a man that makes $15,000 a month. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with each other for a second. All right. So I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm happy that, she got the slow burn. Wherever she goes, she goes. I guess she's starting a KKU or KKKU. I don't know. I don't know why there's so many K's in this. Congratulations to you. I hope you're happy and I hope you succeed. You have a lot of distractors that you can take with you. You got Scooter, you got yourself, you got Glammy, single Glammy, possibly. You got Becky still out there. You got a couple of people that you can go and you can detract to. Do I think that Scooter's coming back? Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt in my mind, I think Scooter's coming back. He's going to come back a lot more humble, though. Just like when Rastov left and Rastov had to come back. You see, Rastov don't talk back to Keemstar no more, right? Came back a lot more humble, didn't he? That's how Scooter's going to come back. Scooter quit.
So you're just gonna run away? You should be ashamed of yourself.